Good morning and welcome to Green Spirit. Today, I'm taking a look at a really interesting article that somebody, I won't say who, shared with me. Alright, we're gonna have a look on an international study which used AI to show how personality influences the expression of our genes by the University of Granada. So here we got a picture of a brain with its left and right hemispheres. So to start with, we've got the transcriptomic principle brought by the Youngfin study based on 1,651 blood microarray samples were where all of these 34,000 genes were removed from the chromosomes which are related to sex. So in the end they got 1,500 most variable genes across personality profiles, right? Which they stack and well, we can see different aspects and characteristics related to genes, like their transcription, their pathway, their bacterial defense, the glucose metabolism, environmental response, cellular bacterial defense, right? And we got also as well genomic and environmental factors. So we're looking at temperament and character networks, and under the parameters of self-awareness, self-control, and emotional reactivity, right? So they make lists of these genes, and when they got the list, they make a network analysis on the interaction between proteins and interaction between transcription factors. All right. So this is the description of the picture. Methodology flowchart. Transcriptomic data processing workflow was this one. PGMRA analysis on T-data and TB cluster generation. Functional annotation of PGMRA TB clusters. Well, yeah. An international study led by the EUGR using artificial intelligence has shown that our personalities alter the expression of our genes. Our personalities alter the expression of our genes. The findings shed new light on the long-standing mystery of how the mind and body interact, right? This study, published in Molecular Psychiatry, examines how an individual's personality and underlying outlook on life regulate their gene expression and thus affect their health and well-being. It is the first study to measure the transcription on the entire genome in relation to human personality. Researchers led the multi-interdisciplinary study from the Andalusian Inter-University Research Institute in Data Science and Computational Intelligence, the UGR's Department of Computer Science and Artificial Intelligence, and the BioHealth Research Institute in Granada. It was carried out in collaboration with Professor Robert Cloninger, researchers from Baylor College of Medicine, and the Youngfin study. The team used data from the Youngfin study, an extensive study conducted in general population of Finland over 4 decades, during which relevant information was collected on participants' health, physical condition, and lifestyle. In addition, participants were subjected to extensive personality assessments that addressed both temperament, habits and emotional reactivity, and character. The results show that certain outlooks of life are conducive to a healthy, fulfilling, and long life, while others lead to stressful, unhealthy, and short life. The study analyzed the regulation of gene expression in these individuals, taking into account 3 levels of self-awareness that were measured through their combined temperament and character profiles. So, 2 key findings. In our research, we made 2 key discoveries about the expression and organization of genes according to the personality profiles of these individuals. First, we discovered a network of 4,000 genes that cluster into multiple modules that were expressed in specific regions of the brain. Some of those genes had already been linked in previous studies to the inheritance of human personality. Second, we discovered that the modules forming a functional interaction network capable of orchestrating changes in gene expression in order to adapt to varying internal and external conditions. The modules turn on and off in a flexible manner, facilitating adaptation to the everyday challenges we'll face and choreographing our development. Researchers showed that the 2 subnetworks orchestrated the change in the patterns of interaction between these modules in the pattern of interactions between these modules orchestrated by 2 subnetworks. One regulated emotional reactivity, while the other regulated what a person perceives as meaningful. Oh, this one is huge. So, in an effort to resume, let's say, these findings clearly demonstrate that the person's mind and body are deeply interconnected, while each influences the other, so they are not separate. It is important to recognize that our past or present conditions do not entirely determine our future well-being. Rather, we can cultivate our well-being in a creative process full of open-ended possibilities. So if you want to read more about genes, let me know. I hope you have a great day. Take care.